Okay, you guys, going live for the Elemental Energies class. I am recording this, but before we get going, I'm just checking my connections here because gotta love technology. So, if you guys are watching after the fact, tell me #replay. No worries if not. Come on, internet. It always posts this like private in some areas and public in others, so I have to like switch it to public. So it's right there. Come on. We're going to be talking about the 4 elemental energies tonight that you naturally flow through and how you can exploit them and know which ones are coming. So, here we go. Now I see my face. Let me switch this to public and right there. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Okay, now I see my face. Okay. Love it. Here we go. Just a second. Here we go. All right. I am recording this to publish in a free course later. So if I don't get to questions right away, I'll answer them at the end. Just so you know. And if it's just me in here, it's just me in here. I don't mind. Okay. All right. So, Sarah, what are the 4 elemental energies? We're not going to dig into history. We're not going to talk a lot about, who taught what, origin of what, where, whatever. We're talking about earth, air, water, fire energy. Been around for thousands of years, taught by mystics, philosophers, scientists, and it's just built into the framework of the earth, our bodies, and we naturally experience all of these energies regularly. I'm not going to talk about whatever traditions that touch on like metal, wood, space, consciousness. Those are separate. We're keeping it simple to earth, air, water, fire energy tonight. And Dixie's here. Hello, dear. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to know which one you're in, most likely, the pros and cons of each, how you can predict which one you're going to be in so you can plan your life a little bit better, give yourself some grace, and go from there. Perfect. So, let's dig in. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. We had audio issues last night, but I made sure to make the same settings tonight for this to work. Let me know how that works out. Anyway, if you can hear me okay. I know there's a delay. You're welcome to type in the chat. If you have questions, please put them in there. If I don't get to them, we'll certainly answer them at the end. Dixie, can you hear me okay? All right. One thing I really like is that when Buddha talked about the 4 elemental energies, he taught that when we learn about these energies, it helps us recognize that we're not, let me read exactly what he said. He helped people recognize that we are not threatened by external forces or situations as soon as we understand why we're feeling the way we're feeling in regards to these energies. And I really like that because who wants a little bit more peace? I do. Okay, so let's just dig in. I'm going to go through all 4 energies and then we'll circle back, show you how to apply all of this information you're going to get, and then we'll go from there. So earth energy. Earth energy is when you naturally feel grounded, you want to clean, you want to organize, you want to redecorate a space, You want to get things in order. You want to clean out stuff. You want to plan, go through your schedule, go through your calendar. You want to sit down and read. You want to slow down. You want to take a bath. You want to take a nap. You want to just veg out. You want to learn or take a class, or you want to catch up on your podcasts or online courses you're taking. When you naturally, easily feel those motivated to do those things, you are in your earth energy. It's an energy where you're not easily irritable. You're a lot more easygoing and relaxed around other people's demands. You're a lot more relaxed. For me, the big key thing is when I'm like in earth is I'll have a day where cleaning is freaking easy. And I can clean, I get a month's worth of cleaning done in one day. And I actually want to do it, which is not the norm for me. I'm not a cleaner. Or I'll have days where I want to plan out the next 4 months. I want to get it all on my calendar. I want to get it all in my notebook. I want to make all of my appointments. I want to plan all of my online events. Or I just want to read all day. Those are telltale signs for me and you when you're in earth energy. Caveats to earth energy is that you can often take more time and energy than necessary to do things. Like, for example, have you seen someone, they're constantly picking up, organizing, putting the thing back over and over and over again? Like a mom with little kids, for example, and she's just constantly cleaning up the same thing, the same mess, the same clutter, when really she could do it all at once, but she's really just following everyone around and just keeping things tidy like all day. That's kind of a caveat to earth energy, because you constantly want to do that, but you got to watch yourself a little bit because you could absolutely do other things. Another caveat is you could spend too much time digging into information that's fascinating to you. You could, it's really easy to binge a course or binge a book, stay up way too late reading, which I don't think any of those things are necessarily bad. It's just kind of a caveat that comes with earth energy that you got to be aware of, right? Because no one energy is better than the other. There's just kind of like optimal circumstances around it, and then like not so much in other ways. So that is earth energy. Let's shift into air. Air energy is faster moving. It's when you want to talk, catch up on your phone calls, constantly text your friends. You want to socialize. You want to go out, meet new people, be around social situations. You want to network. You want to have just all the online conversations. You want to be on social media. You want to date, or like it's very social. It's very conversational. It's also a great time when your voice or how you express yourself with your message or work situations, maybe you're a salesman, you make sales pitches, or you're in meetings. When you're in your air energy, you express yourself easy and the best, and the way you come across is most optimal for other people. I specifically planned this class today because I'm in my air energy right now. And I'm not even looking at notes. Like, I just know what to say. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. It's easy. My mind isn't blank. I'm in my air energy. It's really easy to chat. When I'm in my air energy, I'll leave lots and lots of voice messages for my friends. Like, it's really easy versus other times we'll get to when maybe I don't. I really want to post a lot of stories on social media when I'm in my air that are, talking right direct face to camera. Air energy is when it's great if you make videos or you have one-on-one meetings with clients or customers, or business, whatever, work, anything. It's a great time to have those conversations, those meetings, those appointments, because it's easy to converse. When I film all my videos back to back or podcasts, I try to do it in my air energy because it's easy to just crank them out. I don't have to put in any effort. Like, I want to do it. So that is air energy. But caveats to air energy is you might bombard conversations. You might be speaking too much in a way that you're not listening as well to your partner or crucial conversations you're having. Or when you're in your air, you may want to spend too much time around other people. And if you're introverted, or that can absolutely really drain you. And once you're in the middle of it all, you're like, holy cow, why am I here? Because part of your energy wanted to socialize, but then another part of your natural energy just totally crashes. So you have to kind of be aware of that. You may also say things that you wouldn't normally say. It's a lot easier to perhaps be rude or not hold your tongue or type the message or leave the comment that you normally wouldn't if you're triggered a little bit, because it's easier to express yourself. So that's just kind of a caveat to air energy as well, which is fun. But air is probably my favorite, actually. I feel most connected when I'm in air, but that's just me. Okay, so we've done earth, we've done air, now let's do fire. Fire energy is when you feel naturally motivated to just get everything done. You want to mark everything off the checklist. You want to pack your day full of running all the errands or finishing all of the projects. The things you've been procrastinating or delaying on, you suddenly easily have the motivation to do, because you're like, I just want to get this freaking thing off my list. Fire energy is very, very passionate. You want to start new things too, like set new goals, pick up new habits that you want to try. You're more adventurous. You want to improve yourself more when you're in your fire energy. It's a time when it's really easy to stick to a schedule, or really easy to maintain a new set of habits that you're trying to work on. And that is fire energy. Caveat with fire energy is that you can be triggered easier, because if someone, like, there's a situation that comes in and interrupts your motivation, it can piss you off or throw you off track, because you're like, no, I want to do this, and I don't want to put out this other person's fire. Or if you're interrupted, you gotta remember, okay, if I'm in my fire, I don't want to take it out on this person. You're more prone to be upset or irritable or angry if someone comes in and interrupts your flow, interrupts your momentum, right? There was one other caveat with fire, I can't remember. Now, sometimes things that are naturally easy to do in earth, like cleaning, for example, or in air, like making videos, for example, in my life, those things can be easy to do in fire as well, but it's more from the gut feeling of, I want to get this done. I need to get this done. It's more from just getting it done versus, oh, I'm going to just allow myself to do this because it feels good. I'm going to take my time flowing or creating or cleaning versus I need to like finally freaking clean my house. And I'm sick and tired of it and I'm in my fire and I'm going to do it. It's a lot easier to, quote, make yourself do things that you've been putting off. So that is fire energy. But you got to be careful because if someone else in your life interrupts that momentum, you don't want to take it out on them, right? Okay. Now, water. Water energy. I like water too. I don't know. I like all of them. But water energy is when you naturally don't want to do anything. It's a time of rest. You're not motivated to do most things. If you have established habits, like you can still easily do your established habits or routines, but compared to all of those other areas, water energy, like you are just super chill. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to you don't want to do anything. You want to veg. You want to take a bath, slow down, catch up on your sleep. Stuff that you may have had planned, you should just reschedule it because you're going to hate yourself trying to force yourself to do it. Water energy is like built-in rest, and everybody ignores it. I remember one time, I don't know, a year ago, I woke up and I had stomach flu, and I was like, thank God this is a water day, because I didn't want to do anything, and I'm sick. So it lined up great. And then also recently, like I really needed to clean my house, and I was in fire energy, and I'm like, this is perfect. I made myself get it done. But anyway, so water's also really easygoing for like if someone comes in and needs your help, you're not bothered. It's just like, okay, yeah, bring it to me. I'll help you. It's very flowy. It's very, I guess, relaxed, but it's different from relaxed. It's more just like slowed the way down. Now, the caveat with water, though, is that if you have all this stuff planned, it is going to be really difficult to do. And it's like trying to move yourself through cement to get the thing done or finish the project or whatever, because you're going to hate yourself trying to do it. And years ago, before I knew about all four of these energies, I tried to like optimize my life daily, high performance habits here, all in my masculine. And I need to just force myself to do all the things every single day, stick to the plan, and sometimes it was really easy. And then a week later, I couldn't like send a sales email to save my life, or I couldn't give a rat's ass about cleaning. Even though I had intended, I'm going to clean today. And I didn't know why. And I thought it was just, Sarah, you're lazy, or you haven't pushed yourself hard enough, or you're not committed to yourself enough. Oh, I hated that. Someone told me that. I'm like, no, that's not it. And when I learned about all four of these energies, and I'll teach you in just a second, and how I knew when I was in what, I was like, oh my God, that is why on this day, I don't want to clean, or on that day, I don't want to finish the project, or this day, I'm just doggone tired, and it's okay. And all of this, stress relief just happened, because I realized this is how I naturally am. This is how we naturally are. And all that pressure disappeared. And I gave myself grace, because I'm like, oh my word. It's been fine all along. I just never understood. Now, scheduling wise, I'm female. We're going to talk about males in a second. I'm female. And females typically go through all 4 of these energies every single month. But it's not specifically tied to your cycle or the moon. I checked that. I've tracked this for like 2 years for myself. And it rotates, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So it's not specific to your cycle or the moon, but it is regularly flowing through all 4 of them in a single month. So for gals, in general, from my own history and patterns and folks in my flow tribe, when they've tracked this for themselves, you'll find yourself in earth energy for like a week and a half, air energy a week to week and a half, fire a week to week and a half, and then water energy 2 to 3 days. Okay? It's not exact, it's always flexible. But that in general is what we see. So then I asked Spirit, I'm like, okay, what about males? How does this work for males? I'm not a male, I don't know. And the guidance that came to me was that gentlemen flow through these in a much longer stretch of time, like over a quarter of a year. So instead of cycling through them each month, you're cycling through them every 3 to 4 months. And so you want to track it to figure out how it works best for you. So let me teach you how to do that now. Okay, so you can predict when you're going to be in what energy. And let me show you how to do that. First of all, you need to understand how to do muscle testing. I use muscle testing. This ain't a masterclass on muscle testing. You can Google a basic instructional video if you need more guidance on this, but I'll explain how I do it. It's very simple. Muscle testing is using the energy right in your body to get yes or no answers to basic questions. This is what kinesiologists and chiropractors use to evaluate the systems in your body. They use muscle testing because the energy in your body never lies. If you want a really in-depth volume on how muscle testing works from a philosophical and scientific perspective, you can read Power versus Force by David Hawkins. Really good book. So I'll just put that out there. When you do muscle testing, you've got to be in a state of calm, acceptance, content. You're not low vibe. If you are really low vibe, this will not work. You have to wait until you've come up out of it. You don't have to be super joyous, happy, bursting at the seams. You just don't want to be low vibe. So anywhere from like content up. I need a drink, guys. Hang on. And what you're going to do, so how I do this is you're testing for when your body goes strong or weak. When your body is strong, that means yes. Your energy aligns with the positive confirmation of yes. When your body goes weak, that is a no. And it is simple as testing you use your muscles in a very simple way. Let me show you with my fingers, with my hand. So this is very obvious. You simply make a circle with your hand, thumb, forefinger, and then you're going to use another finger right here. Now typically when you're weak and you jerk your finger through it, it's going to break through the circle. If you're strong, Spirit show me yes, your fingers are going to catch and hold strong. So this would be a yes, Spirit show me no, and that would be a no. You're going to ask a basic question to confirm that you're in a good vibe. So you would say something that's always true or always a yes. Like, my name is Sarah. My name is Sarah. My name is Trevor. My name is Nicholas. And it'll always break on a no. Now, you can You don't have to use the fingers in a circle like this. It's just the most obvious, easiest way to teach it. How I do it is I simply slide my middle finger over my pointer finger, and if they hold strong, that's a yes. If it breaks like this, that's a no. So it's really subtle, and I can do it like in public. I've used this at the grocery store, asking spirit like, okay, which supplement is best for me? This one? No. That one? Yes. And nobody notices. You can do muscle testing like with holding out your arm and someone is gently pressing on your arm. And if your arm falls, that's a no. If it holds strong, that's a yes. I know people that do it with their tongue on the back of their teeth. And if their tongue slides, it's a no, because their tongue went weak. Strong, holding it there behind their teeth is a yes. So that's kind of different. But so find a way that works for you. If muscle testing doesn't resonate, and I'll talk about how we apply this in a second, you can use divination, like with your pendulum. I know someone that uses their pendulum. With basic yes or no answers. If you don't know what that means, don't worry at all. It's just an option. So, this is what I do. This is how you're going to know when you're in what energy. This is my planner. What I do, and make this suit for you, is when I look at my month or my week, I will specifically ask my energy on each day. Am I going to be in my earth energy this day? Am I going to be in my air energy? And I'm a colored marker person. So I have, for example, green for my earth energy. And I will literally stick my marker on here and point to each day over the whole month. And I'll ask each day, like running my marker along, am I going to be in my earth energy on this day? And I ask yes or no. And I'll test with my muscle testing. And then I'll mark on my calendar what days I'm in what. And I ask for every single day for every single energy. So I'll do the whole month and I'll ask about earth. I'll mark earth. I've got red for fire. I ask every single day, even if something's already marked. And I'll mark down earth. Then I have purple. That looks kind of blue. This is purple for air. And then I have blue for water. Pick whatever color you want. Doesn't matter. That's what I do. Now, the reason you're going to ask every single day which energy you're in every single day is because you can have overlap. You can have overlap. Not often, but you can. So, for example, I don't know how well you guys can see the colors, but this is my planner from May. I don't know if you can see the colors. But May, eclipse season, spring 2024, stuff was going on. And I had months like this where I was in multiple energies for weeks. Like, for example, my birthday in May, I was in earth, air, and water simultaneously for a freaking week. Man, that whole month, oh my word, lots of like energetic transformation was happening. I'm not saying that will specifically happen for you, but I have seen, outside of the normal regular rotation each month, periods of time when I was going through lots of healing, lots of processing, lots of emotional detoxing, where I was in multiple energies at the same time. So that is why I want you to ask every single day for every single energy, so you can know, okay, if I'm in like more than one thing and everything feels freaking messed up, that may be why. Not to freak you out, but I've seen it happen. Also, usually, water and fire energy doesn't touch. It usually goes earth, fire, air, water, or however your rotation is. Typically, water and fire do not touch. However, I have seen last year for me, I think it was eclipse season last year, I had a week where water and fire touched. Boy, that was a day. Because you can imagine, I can't even describe it really. I was not grounded. Everything felt very intense because I'm like, holy cow, water and fire touched. So that may happen for you. No worries if not. Just giving you my personal experience from tracking this for 2 years. Now, I do that every single month, but then, like, at the start of a week, at the first of the week, like on Sundays, I usually do this, I'll look at my week, and I'll double check, and I'll ask, okay, you told me I was going to be in air this week. Is that still true? And I'll go through the days and check. And almost always, 90% of the time, it is still exactly the same from when I asked at the beginning of the month. I have seen things like shift by a day or two, like this one is ending a day earlier and this one's starting a day sooner. But in almost always, it is exactly the same. And I have never had a day where I get there and I feel like I'm in totally a different energy, or I ask and I muscle test and I ask what energy I'm in, and I've never had it entirely different from when I asked previously at the beginning of the month. So that is how you can plan or know when you're going to be in what, so you can plan better. So for example, when I plan my month, when I'm in my air energy is when I put these classes on the calendar. When I'm in my fire energy is when I catch up on projects that I've been procrastinating. When I'm in my earth energy, I know that, okay, it's going to be real easy to keep my house clean. And when I'm in my water, I know that I'm not going to give a shit about anything, and I know it's okay. And that there's nothing wrong with me. Or I'll try to only schedule appointments during a fire week. Or I'll only commit myself to reading a book or taking a class if it's an earth week. And yeah, life happens. Things come up. You can't plan everything down to the perfect minute. I get that. You're going to have interruptions and stuff. But it sure as shit helps a lot to ease up on the demand and the mental stress load, just because you can now finally understand what you're going to naturally be motivated to do. There was one more thing I was going to tell you. Oh, ether. Let me tell you about ether energy. Just for a minute. Bonus. Ether energy, how long have I been going? 9:30. Okay. Ether energy is the container that holds all four of these. So if you imagine like a vase that holds water, right? Or holds a liquid. Holds your energy. Your body. Picture your body. It's a container that holds energy. Ether is a higher outer container, like, I don't know how else to describe it, that holds whatever energy you're in. And there were days last year where I couldn't tell. I would ask through for the whole month for all of my energies. I went through and planned normally, and I'd have a day or two here and there where I would get no's on all four energies. And And I'm like, what does that mean? I'm not in earth, I'm not in air, not in fire, not in water. What energy is that day? And the answer came, it's ether. Because it's higher and up above. And it's hard to explain, but when I would get to those days, it's like I was observing my energy from just a higher perspective. And I wasn't necessarily in any one specific energy or combination. It's like I was in none of them because it was just a higher elevated place, which I learned is when you're in your ether energy. And those are few and far between. I haven't had one of those, I don't know, for 6 months. So that happens too. Just to be aware, as a little bonus caveat. Okay? Let me look at all of these, the chat here. Hang on. Whoop! Dixie's here, Josh is here. Hi, Mark. How are you? I'm not doing readings right now, Shilpa. Let's see. Just teaching a class tonight. Any questions about any of that right now? Let me look before I shift into something else. So I literally do that every month, every week. I'm a planner person. I just am. But when I know what energy I'm in, it really helps because then I'm like, I no longer get upset with myself if I don't feel like cleaning, or if I don't finish a project, or if I don't feel like having the conversation, or I'm able to take care of myself better on self-care water days because I realize it's built in to who I am. So, and I'm really curious. I really want to hear back from some of you guys, some of you males that if you track this for a while, how it works for you, because I just want to know. That's the Taurus in me. Okay, let me know if you guys have questions. I don't see any at the moment, which is okay, but let me get a drink. Okay. All right. Let me share my screen. Hope this works. Just a second. I had this other thing. Take a breather. Let you guys process for a second while I open up this other page. Come on, internet. There we go. Close that. And hopefully we will see. Come on. No, that's not what I want. Technology. I swear. Okay. Let me get the clicker here. Let's see. Come on. Come on. That. Nope. This tab. Alright. Can you guys see a chart with a bunch of squares on it? Let me know. Yes or no. Like right in the chat. Will help me. So I'll make sure you guys can see this. Let me know. I don't think you should see my face anymore. You should see... Nope. Right there. Let me turn it. Boom! Can you see that now? A chart with squares? No. How about now? I know there's a delay. I can see it now on my end. Just for a second. I wonder if I can drag my face. Woohoo! No? Shit. Dang it! Hold on. Ah! That. You see that? Squares? There it is. Okay. I don't like how it crops so much. And here we go. So, I don't know how to make this much bigger. Perfect. Okay, so we've been talking about, can you read that? Right there where it says elemental energies. Like, is that big enough for you guys to read? I hope so. Liesel, thank you. Dixie. Anyway, gotta love, especially if you guys aren't on your phones. I want you to see that. Anyway, we've been talking about elemental energies tonight. Well, this is actually just a tiny piece of the huge energetic puzzle. We know that everything is energy, right? And this certainly helps. Everything that you've learned tonight to apply in your life is absolutely going to make a huge difference. But I want to show you there's actually all of these other areas of your energies that once you start to understand them and how to use them, regardless of whatever situation you're in, you can move back into a higher vibe, back into a better place of flow when you start applying how to use all these different areas in your life. So for example, come on, clicker, right there. We've got energies around like our human design and our gene keys. If you don't even know what those are, it's okay. No worries at all. It's just like the most comprehensive personality test combined with your astrology that's going to tell you how all of the energies within your own person functions best, what your strengths are. This is like, what's the one personality test? Myers-Briggs on steroids. But knowing how to actually like use these aspects of yourself in your everyday energies is important too. We've got other areas like I mentioned astrology, but there's also the effects of where the moon is right now. We've got a new moon in like 3 days. And where the planets are in the universe, because believe it or not, it affects how we feel. The other night, I have these windows in my bedroom. The other night I looked up, I'm like, holy crap, that's a new big bright star. And I looked up and I realized it was Jupiter, right in the middle of the Taurus constellation, or it's like right in between Taurus and Gemini right now. And I looked it up for myself and I realized, oh, that's why I'm feeling this way in these energies in my life, because I understand things going on that way. There's other energies like what you are naturally gifted at, the skills that you have. They could be spiritual gifts, they could be physical gifts, mental skills and abilities. Any energies around that absolutely plays a role in your life too. We have energies from our life circumstances, where we live, our environment, our home, historical things around the land we live on, anything inside of our life that affects us too. There's energies around that we've got to balance and work through. We have energy with what we're naturally motivated to do, with the dreams and goals we have, and what we aspire to create. How do we work that into the system? How do we stay in flow with that when we're trying to focus on all these other things too? We have energy from all of our relationships, the people we're learning from, our family members, friends, partners, energy vampires, like any other people in our life that affects us and plays a huge role too. How do we move through life the best way with those energies based on how they affect us? We have energy with our beliefs and our natural wiring and programming from when we were growing up as little kids, soaking up all of these things from our parents that formed our brain, and all of these crappy beliefs we have that we try to fix. We have all of the energy around that. How do we manage that? How do we take care of working through that? And then we have energy around our spiritual guidance, our intuitive downloads, our pings, our gut feelings of what we know we need to do, or how we're in tune with our own source, or however you receive your own guidance, however you get inspired. We have all of these areas of energy in our life. A lot of areas. And I thought, there's got to be a way. At first, years ago, going through my personal development binge season of my life, I thought, I've got to optimize all these areas. I've got to learn about all of them. I've got to optimize and maximize and understand every single facet so that I can make it work for me. And you can guess where that led, to just complete burnout, hating life, realizing that the more I learned, the less I knew, and overwhelmed. And I realized it's it's almost impossible to understand and know everything and how all of these energies are going to interact every single day. It's a journey, right? You get that. No matter how much we do, there's always more to do or more to learn. But I'm like, there's got to be a way. There has got to be a way, even with just basic information about how I feel in these areas of life. There's got to be a way to still be able to come back to a higher vibe, still come back to flow, still be able to pivot to a higher place no matter what I'm feeling in these areas, no matter how I'm built, no matter what life circumstances I've had, no matter what my traumas are, no matter what my personality type is. I feel like so many people try to fit you in a box and say, you have to follow this method because it worked for me, and if you do it perfectly, it's gonna work for you to change your life. And after investing too much money in things like that, I realized, no, there's only one person's decision based on who they are, how they feel, what they've been through, and what they understand about themselves, so that they can apply where they are and move back into a higher state of flow based on what they choose for themselves. So I'm like, there's got to be a way to do this. There's got to be a way to apply coming back to flow for everybody, irregardless of your energy and circumstances. And I figured out a fun little way to do this. And after I figured that out, I created Flow Tribe. And inside of Flow Tribe, all we do is we come back to flow in any scenario by touching on all of these different energetic areas. So I'd like to talk about Flow Tribe tonight and how it's benefited me and how it may benefit you, and invite you to come look inside. Every single month, we go through simple processes and techniques. We have bi-monthly trainings on simple things that we can do inside of all of these areas and apply them at any given time, no matter what our circumstances are. Simple things that help us pivot back to a higher state of flow without needing to spend thousands of dollars or hours on therapy, without having to dedicate 6 months of our lives in a coaching program in order to feel like we've grown. But to be able to spend 2, 5, 10 minutes, half an hour maybe at the most on something going on and come back into flow to just plain feel better and feel like we can move forward at any moment in time. And it creates a hell of a lot more confidence and peace and trust in ourselves because it's simple. It shouldn't have to be so complicated. I tried making it too complicated for years. For years. Oh, and so all we do is simplify as much as possible and it feels so much better, less stressful, and it helps you enjoy where you are because you always know what to do. Inside of Flow Tribe, I teach you a simple process that is an overarching umbrella to any given circumstance with any of these energies, with anything you have going on, where you can apply this simple umbrella process no matter what, and you know what to do. You know how to move forward. You know how to come back to flow. You know how to feel better. You know how to inspire yourself to tweak anything just a little bit so you feel like you're making progress, no matter how you feel. This works when you're in the shittiest of low vibes and depressed, angry, or just living the highest moment of your life. It applies everywhere. And so what does that look like? Inside of Flow Tribe, I mentioned we have bi-monthly trainings on these growth practices that you can watch at any time. We do them live, but it's also fully stocked in a library full of replays that you can watch at any time. And you can pick and choose. Okay, this month, like we did a human design one 2 months ago. If you've got an area you're more interested in, like, hey, I'm feeling really called to learn more about human design, great. There's a training already right in there that you can apply or jump to. There's no need to wait around. You can access anything at any given time. We have weekly channeled guidance from Spirit. So if, in order to incorporate the spiritual side of things, because I believe wholeheartedly you can't have full personal growth on the physical side without spiritual growth and guidance too. There's two sides of the same coin. Every single week we receive channeled messages from Source that I don't post anywhere else. They're not anywhere online at all. They're only for Flow Tribe. Very specific, that you can apply what resonates for you, and they're very timely every single week. Like, okay, I call it Friday Flow. What's the message this Friday to use within the next week? Very specific. So there's always something that's current with spiritual downloads in case you're at a point where receiving your own guidance that way is difficult. No worries. I understand what that feels like. So that is why we have it for the entire group too. Every single month we have what I call a magical event. So something fun. It's different every single month. We've done a new moon ritual night. We've done full moon ritual nights where we do a manifesting practice and we pull cards, or we did equinox the other day, where I challenged everyone to do something for equinox. Eventually, I want to turn these monthly magical events into quarterly get-togethers where we sit down and we have a meal, or we have a retreat. We go to a cabin for the weekend and spend this time together and adapting it however the group flows. We have that every single month, and it rotates. Every single month we also have Q&A calls for, basic questions if you've got about a training or anything going on that you want to bounce ideas off of or get opinions for. And we also share stories on if people are going through something and they feel like it could impact someone else and they want to share. We share stories. 2 days ago, we had our Q&A call, and I shared a story about a work problem I had once. And it was interesting because one of the gals that shared her story, a thing she was going through had to do with family and health stuff. But I felt impressed to share a story about a work thing. And it helped her. And I was shocked because she's like, no, that's exactly what I needed to hear. But I'm like, how did that help? Because I was talking about work and you were talking about health. But it worked. It meshed. It resonated. So we have a lot of connection on those calls too, even if we're just commiserating and getting questions answered. Where's my next slide? Love it. Maybe that's duplicated. Flow Tribe, if this resonates with you and calls to you, come on, internet. It's $37 a month. That's it. For life. You have access to all of the courses I create inside the library as well. Access to everything from the past, as far as everything goes back. And if that is something you would like to join, be a part of, you can go to sarahsilver.com/tribe, and we would love to have you inside. It's a beautiful small knit group, and every single call, I'm amazed at how connections happen and how insights are had, because when you think you've talked about it all, you actually haven't. And so that is what I would love to invite you to Flow Tribe. No worries if not. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope the elemental energies information is helpful to you. I would love to hear back if you apply it and see how it works for you. Is there anyone that has questions about any of that? I'm here to answer any of those questions. Let me look back here. That's right. Mark is in Aries, like Ram. First sign of the zodiac. Bursting out of the gate. Yeah, try it. Try it. Let me see how it works for you. I'm really interested to know how it works for the guys because, like I said, I'm not one. Love it. Oh, Gabrielle's here. Hello, dear. Love it. Shilpa, I'm not doing readings right now, but I am. I know I might have put on a few posts, maybe on Facebook, that I was going to do readings after this, but I'm not quite tired. But on Monday, Shilpa, every single Monday till the rest of the year, calling it Magic Mondays, Monday Magic, whatever, going to be doing readings. How are you? I'm good, Gabrielle. Does anyone have any questions about any of that? And I will leave this chart up for a minute. If you want a copy of this chart, I'm happy to post it. Share it with you. Man, I feel like I haven't taken a breath for... That's air energy for you. One of the gals in Flow Tribe, we'll have conversations back and forth a lot. And I was rambling on about something. I can't remember. And then I apologized because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in my air. She's like, no, do it. It was funny. Okay. Let me look at a couple of things. If you guys have questions, type them in. And I know there's a delay. I'm happy to answer them. No worries if not. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I will be cutting this up and editing it, turning it into a free course that I'll post. If you're on my email list, I'll absolutely send it out so you can access it and replay, watch it later. Let me type some links in here. So there's the tribe link to join. It doesn't lead to a fancy sales page. I haven't built one yet. I'm so tired of those. I don't know if I'm going to build one. But if you want to be on my email list to know when the free course version of this comes out so you can go back through it again, there's a link there, sarahsilver.com/subscribe. And I don't think it shows up on Facebook, so let me type it over here. Okay. Love it. Whoops. Okay. You guys are real quiet tonight. Hey, Rhoda. How are you, girl? We're not doing readings tonight, but I am doing more again on Monday night. FYI. Love it. Okay. Let me know how I can help you guys. If you ever have any questions, this option of Flow Tribe at $37 a month, there's no deadline. I don't do scarcity like, oh, you have to sign up by midnight tonight or this goes away. No, this is what it always is. There's no delay. I don't feel like forcing you into something. out of fear at all, ever. Daniel, your comment's blank. I wonder if it didn't come through. So that door is always open. That link is always live. The sarahsilva.com/tribe. It's always, like, I'm not going to change it. That's a pretty link that's saved forever. There's no deadline. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Daniel. Okay, if you guys don't have questions, I'm gonna hop off. Actually, it's 10 o'clock here. Did this pretty fast. Last time I did this class, I did it over 3 days because I thought it would take forever. And then after that, I'm like, no, I could do this in an hour. So it worked. Perfect. Okay. Appreciate you guys. You can message me anytime. I do check message requests too on a regular basis. So if we're not like friends online somewhere, and I know on YouTube you can't. That's one thing I wish they had on YouTube, is you could message the creators of the channel, but you can't. But you can message me on Facebook, because I don't get to comments on YouTube fast. Like, I review those maybe once a month. So either way, always reach out. Or here, you can even email me if you have other questions that you don't want public. hello@sarahsilva.com. My air energy is wearing off. You can email me there. I'll see you right there. Okay? Love it. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. I'm going to hop off. And if you came in the middle of this, I'm going to post this. I'm not going to delete it. It'll be easiest to find on YouTube in the live replays channel. It'll be on Facebook too. But I know Facebook is hard to find anything on there. So FYI, you can go back and watch this almost immediately. Okay?